Okay, guys, welcome to the Chosen One podcast show. If you landed on this podcast episode, you are probably a manifesting generator and a female entrepreneur, coach, or expert. So, welcome, take a cup of tea, and binge listen to all the amazing episodes I have set up for you. Episodes to help you create the right energy and mindset to create the manifesting generator business and life of your dreams. Here we go. Okay guys, I'm in the car and I'm on my way to IKEA because when I came home from swimming and I looked around the living room, I was like, oh my goodness, there's gotta be a way to sort of get a control on how this place looks, right? I mean, seriously, the stuff that my daughter has is like taking over the living room. So my mom sent me such a funny video the other day. She was like, give up the dream. Like it was, I don't know, I can't completely repeat it, what it exactly said, but it was something along the line of like, let go of the dream of having a tidy house when you have children. I know there are moms out there who are capable of doing that. Raising my hand, I'm certainly not one of them. Don't come to my house without an announcement, because you will get into a exploded bomb. But I do actually like it when my house looks good, so I'm just gonna see if I can find a little table for her that she can sit on, and I'm just gonna see if I can get some inspiration, right? Sometimes I just like going places for inspiration and to just see what happens. So I'm now taking my daughter to IKEA, and the two of us are just gonna do a little shopping spree and see if we can get some inspired action there and some ideas of like what we could do to make her, like to create maybe a little space for her in the living room. Let's see how it goes. It's like hilarious me saying this because, I mean, she literally is like when she goes to the kitchen, she opens up everything and takes everything out, and like it's very funny and almost adorable that I'm even trying to attempt this. But a girl should never stop dreaming, right? Anyway, I was sitting in the car and I actually feel like the energy is starting to get way more aligned again. I feel like the last couple of weeks with the retrograde and with like the super full moon and then the Lionsgate, it was like a very energetically high energy. And I feel like it's sort of like settling down a little bit more. It's almost like envision a garden, and like at the beginning, let's say the end of August, like all new seeds were planted, and then there was this huge storm, and that sort of like reorchestrated everything for the highest good of all. And now like the storm has settled down and the sun is starting to shine again. The ground got a lot of water, and now with the sun finally coming again, all the seeds can start flourishing. That's the image that they're showing me right now. So I love that image. So this is how the energy feels currently. And I just dropped off my husband at his office, and I was sitting in a car, and like I was first like listening to the radio, right? I was like, oh, I love this song that's on. It was a song from Tupac, and I was just like listening to it. I was like, oh, I like this. And then there came another song. I was like, oh, I don't really like this song. And then all of a sudden, I got this like thought about an interview that I watched last week, but I didn't finish. So I opened up YouTube and searched for that video again for that interview, and I started listening to them. And all of a sudden, she said something. She said a line of like, even though I don't have to work anymore for my money, I still love my work. And this is she's the author of a book which I absolutely love, which is called Becoming a Badass at Making Money. It's a book that I actually started reading in 2017, just before I like hit that like almost 300,000 revenue within like, what was it, 12 to 18 months. And I really remembered that her book was like really like, it was so interesting because I actually rebought it, and I realized that the first time I read it, I didn't actually buy it. I think I was so tight on money that I actually found a online copy or something, and then printed it at my work. Because I think I still had access to my work office or something, or I think like a friend of mine even maybe printed it on her work, because I don't think I was at my office anymore, because I already had left them. But that was just like so interesting for me to understand, like, oh my god, like the book is only like, I think 15 euros. Why the hell didn't I just buy it? But that's just like an interesting like thing to see, like, hey, your money mindset, like my money mindset has like shifted so tremendously. And I think that's very interesting to sometimes repeat as well, right? Because it's so easy to look at people, and maybe you guys look at me like, oh yeah, she has a great money mindset, but like I certainly haven't got a healthy money mindset. Like a large part of my life I didn't have a healthy money mindset, and it also evolves, right? It's so interesting. But I would like, if I would have to describe my money mindset right now, it's a very grounded money mindset. But back to why I was inspired to record this episode is because she said this sentence, like, I don't have to work for my money anymore. And all of a sudden I felt this sacral response in my body. I was like, ooh, that sounds juicy. Not having to work for your money anymore. That sounded like so nurturing for my body and for my soul and for my system and for my soul's mission, right? Just the fact, like that energy, the frequency of that sentence, I don't have to work for my money anymore. And then I all of a sudden realized, like, the way I use like people's podcast shows and interviews and all of that stuff is really to get clarity around my desires. And I don't know who here is into Abraham Hicks, but like from 2017 until 2019, I would listen to Abraham like literally all day, all night. I would have them on in my earplugs like 24/7. I went to them in May 2019 because they came to Amsterdam then. It was so interesting because like my husband is not into like he is into law of attraction now, because he just sees the amazing results that it gotten us in our lives. But he's definitely not like your like the typical thing you think of when you think about spirituality. I find my husband very spiritual, like seriously spiritual, so aligned and grounded in his energy and like super confident, and that for me is spirituality. But he's not the kind of person who's gonna like sit down and meditate. But he, in the beginning, especially in the beginning of my career, he was like, when I put on Abraham, he was like, can you put your earplugs in, because I'm like, I know this is your thing, but it's like not really the thing that I want to listen to. But he did notice how much my energy changed whenever I would listen to them, right? So when he heard that Abraham Hicks they were coming to the Netherlands, he was like, you have to go, right? It was a 2-day event. And he was like, you have to go, you have to buy this ticket, like I don't care, like even if I have to work and like have to arrange something for the dog, like go, you have to go. And I think it's so interesting because I gave a webinar this last Tuesday about making money with your soul's mission, and I was talking about a very common limiting belief with a lot of my soul sisters who are at the point of like taking their business and their life to a next level, or their money situation to the next level. And a big limiting belief for a lot of women is actually that they are scared of outgrowing their husband, right? And what I explained in that webinar is like, when you grow, it's for the highest good of all. And if you have a holy relationship, you never have to fear losing it, because holy relationships will last forever, right? The form might sometimes change, but the relationship is infinite. Infinite is the right word, right? So outgrowing your husband, if you know you have a holy relationship, also with your children or with friends, if it is a holy relationship, it will always stay, okay? And anything that is special, and special means that it will like disappear out of your life, if it's special, then it's okay that it leaves, because special is not what serves our soul. So a commitment that I made a very, very long time ago to myself is that I only choose to create or maintain holy relationships. And that includes, for example, my relationship with money. Like, I only choose to make holy money. Holy money is so interesting, because holy money does not actually disappear out of your life. It is something that's very nurturing to the soul. You don't have to fear like losing it, and that goes for everything that is holy. Why did I get even on this point? Where like I started off with like the not working for your money. Then I started for some reason talking about the webinar. Then outgrowing your husband. Let me see, where is this going? Oh yeah, and then I was talking about Abraham Hicks. Okay, I remember right. So one of the things Abraham always says as well, or they always say, if you don't know Abraham, like Abraham is like a channeled identity by Esther Hicks. So, and she like, it's like a collective energy. So this is why most of us call them they instead of her or she or him or his. Anyways. What hit me when I heard her say not having to work for money is like, oh my God, this is how it works, right? You listen to stuff so that you can sort of discover what it is that you want to create in your life. So you have to understand that you are never at the end destination. This is something I also explained in my not my last webinar, but the webinar before that. Like, your level never changed. For me, 2019 was all about like making big numbers, like making lots of sales and spending a lot of money. And it was amazing, right? We got to like go to Venice like 4 times a year and book like luxury hotels and villas and a beautiful Audi. Like, we at one point had 3 amazing cars, like really expensive cars. I mean, like, we were like really about spending like the big money, right? And now I am like in a different phase in my life. I still love all the material stuff I have. I mean, I love my beautiful bags, like my Louis Vuitton bags, my Chanel bags. I love my jewelry. I have so much beautiful jewelry. All of those things I bought in 2019, 2020. I'm so happy I did, because I now am so provided for, right? I do not have any urge to buy a new Louis Vuitton bag, because I literally have like over 15 bags, right, of Louis Vuitton. So there's no need for me to buy something. I can just shop in my own closet. I have so much beautiful jewelry. Like, whenever I want something new, I just like go into my jewelry safe and just like search for new jewelry to wear. Like, the other day my mom came in and is like, wow, that's an amazing ring. Did you already have that? I was like, yes. I all of a sudden remembered that I bought that in Venice like in 2019. I was like listening to something. No, I actually found a magnet on the ground. My daughter had taken off a magnet from the refrigerator, and I found it on the ground. And at the back of the magnet was Venice 2019, and that brought me back to Venice. And I was like, oh wait, didn't I buy a beautiful ring back there, like a gold ring with a beautiful like I think it's quartz or something. I don't know. It's very beautiful. I was like, let me like go out and search for it. I would like literally had no idea hadn't seen it for ages, but I went into the safe and I was like, oh yes, there it is. So I started wearing it again. So whenever I need something now, I can just like go and shop for it, right? So the reason why I'm telling this as well is because everything like in your life serves a purpose, right? So I bought all those things back then so that now I do not have to buy all those things, because I can just literally like shop in my own house, in my own closet, in my own safe, right? And now I spend my money on very different things, right? I really want to spend it on traveling, and really like we go out to dinner a lot of the times, and I love like buying clothes for my daughter, and I just love, I really am like in the Jinkies, like if you enter my Dream Academy, you get access to everything I created in 2000, the last year, right? Everything I've created for manifesting generators, all my courses, you get instant access to, because I have an assignment that you like tune into my energy 50 minutes a day out of my paid content to raise your frequency to a higher level. And one of the courses that is in there is the Jinkies money course, and it's not a very extended course. It's like very to the point, because I love creating to the point stuff, because as manifesting generators we do not really like super long, like complicated stuff. So we really want to get to the point. So this is why I created it really to the point. And that explains like the different lines you have in the Jinkies around your money line, right? And I have the money line of charity. And I love giving money to people. I just love that. Like when I have a good life, when I make good money, I just love sharing it with people that I love. So one thing I used to do all the time is I used to give away €5 a day to somebody randomly. And I actually went to the store earlier this week to buy beautiful organza little bags. And I'm actually gonna put like different amounts of money in those bags, and I'm gonna like do that again, like really just like give like money presents to people, like, and not just like, okay, here you have a note of 5 or 20 euros. No, it's really like putting it in a beautiful bag, like putting your love in it. It's so fun to like really embody the energy of love that comes with money. But I just like really love, like I love like taking my family, like literally my mom to some place, or like I used to take my brother and his wife, like I would take everybody like out for dinner to the Japanese, which is like really expensive. Like I think I paid like 1,300 or something for that dinner that night. But those are just things that like fill my soul up, right? But in order to do that, of course, I have to make a certain amount of money. So when she said, Jen, like in that interview, like I don't have to work for my money again, I was like, yes, this is something that speaks to my soul. I like this. And yeah, somehow I was then inspired to record this episode. I know it's been like I touched so many different topics, but my whole thing why I really wanted to record this episode is to actually tell you that everything that comes on your path is meant to also awaken a desire in you, because once the desire is awakened, you can actually manifest that. That is like the coolest thing, right? If you get that sacral response, like, oh my God, this is something I would love, that actually means that it's out there. It's already out there. And now it's just like, you're now just like getting to treasure hunt the treasure that you're looking for, right? So I really want to invite you to view everything you do in your life and in your business as a treasure hunt. And this is why I also love my Dream Academy, because that is like a treasure hunt, right? There's not like a fixed thing, like we're going to do this team or this team or this team. No, it's really about like, okay, getting in there, getting clear about what is a treasure you want to manifest in these upcoming 7 months, because energetically we are connected 7 months. In August you go through the inspiration box 15 minutes a day. Then we have 3 months of group coaching, and then you have 3 months of integration time. So actually you're in my energetic field for 7 months, and you're just gonna treasure hunt. And I'm just so excited about that, right? I'm so excited to to get to know what is it that you're like gonna try, like what is the thing that we're gonna find, right? And then like really just starting treasure hunt together with the guides, with me, with your guides. It's just like so fun and exciting. So understand that whatever comes to your path where you get that sacral hit on, just know, okay, thank you, like thank the universe, thank your guides, be like, thanks guys, this sounds amazing, I'm excited to see how this is gonna unfold. And remember, everything you desire is always for the highest good of all. So there's never any fear of losing anything that's holy, because nothing that's holy you can lose. Like the form might change, but you will never lose a holy relationship. So that's something you can forget about. Like those limiting beliefs are like out of the window. And then also like understand that the universe will show you the next step to take, right? Don't go into your mind and be like, oh my god, now I have to figure out a strategy to get there. No, whenever I get that sacral response, I'm like, ooh, thank you universe, this feels so juicy, now show me the way to get there. But I'm not going to go out there and look for a program that's going to teach me how I can actually create a life where I don't ever have to work again. Like it's not about not working, but like making enough money that you don't have to work. No, the universe, your guides, it's like putting it into a navigation, right? And that's like really what we're going to do in the Dream Academy as well. We're going to like put your destination in the navigation, and then you're just gonna allow the universe to take you there. And I think that is one of the amazing things about the Dream Academy, is that you get to really understand your navigation, because I feel like a lot of people don't really know how to read their navigation. They have no clue that they're actually typing in things in their navigation, and they have no clue that their guides are actually taking them to the navigation, and they don't hear them say, okay, go to the left or go to the right. They're just like all over the place, like on the loose, right? No, you can just simply put in your destination in the navigation and be like, okay, this is where I want to go. And then once you understand what the universe is trying to show you, if you understand your navigation, you will get there. So if you're excited about putting in your navigation, or putting in the destination in your navigation, and about to like, if you want to understand your navigation better and you're excited about that journey, you are so welcome to join the Dream Academy. So there was something I've done a round of the Dream Academy before in 2020, I think. We had about 30 people in the group, and it was amazing. And I was looking to the material I created back then to actually promote the Dream Academy. It was a very easy process. I did one sales webinar, and then after that, I don't know, people just kept coming. So that felt very aligned and juicy, and I was like, oh, how did I do that? So I was looking at the material, and then I saw that I actually created a video back then about the Dream Academy. Back then it was in Dutch, so I can't use that, but there is some sort of desire was awakened to create a similar video like that about the Dream Academy. So I might create that video and share that with you. So when I decide to do that, I will definitely let you know that I've created that video, because it gives you a little bit more in-depth info about the Dream Academy. But if you're like, Sophie, I'm not gonna wait for that video because you might not even record it, and this sounds so freaking amazing, you know where to find me, right? You have my WhatsApp number probably, and if you don't, you can just send me an email to info@sophieschoice.com or sophie@sophieschoice.com, and then I will just send you my information, and we can just like discuss and see if this is the portal for you. Or if you don't have any doubts, you can just like say, hey Sophie, I want in, send me the link for the Dream Academy because I want this sounds so freaking amazing. Basically, it's super simple. Like I said, it's a 7-month program. Whenever you sign up, you get access to the inspiration box with all of my courses that I've created the last year around Manifesting Generators. So the Art of Responding course is in there, the Jinkies course is in there, my MG Selling Queens are in there, like all my high frequency paid content is in there. You get a year-long access to that content, and you're just gonna tune in for 15 minutes a day the whole month of August, the rest of August, to get you to a higher frequency, because when you're at a higher frequency, you can literally see more. And then when you are at that higher frequency, then we're starting the coaching calls, the group coaching calls in September. And then we're going to actually type in like the destination where you want to go to, okay, in your navigation, because I don't want you to type it in right now because you're still at a lower frequency. You will get to a higher frequency once you surround yourself for 15 minutes a day, every day for the remaining days of August. And then in September you will be like, okay, yes, this is like the destination I want to get to. And then we'll literally just type in a destination in the navigation, and then our guides, my guides, your guides, they are gonna get us, like they're gonna help me get you there. So that's really amazing, and that's what we're gonna do during the group coaching calls, one coaching call a week. And then after those 3 months, there's 3 months integration time. The investment currently is 4,000 or 12 payments of 444. And the fun thing is that I give the guarantee, like if you do not manifest the investment back within those 7 months, I will coach you one-on-one to make sure you will. I know if you follow the assignments that my guides give me for you during this academy, you follow them, or at least show me that you are, like that you did a serious attempt to follow them, you will earn back the investment. And if you don't, like I said, I will guide you one-on-one to make sure you do, because that's really no rocket science to make 4K. That's like super easy, super simple. It just sometimes means that you just have to shift your reality for a second, like shift your mind for a second. But it's like really no rocket science to make 4K. Okay, guys, so enough info. Let me know. Let me know. And really excited. Have an amazing day, and we'll talk soon.